Folks, a new truck can cost in upwards of $100,000. That is too much friggin' money.
No, you're wrong.
How am I wrong? It's too expensive.
Okay, I get you what you're saying. A brand new Ford Super Duty with taxes could cost you about $100 large. Yes, a new half-ton truck could cost you $80,000 or more. A new mid-size truck like the Gladiator can cost over $60,000. I get what you're saying, but you're wrong because nobody pays sticker. Right?
Okay, in some cases that may be true, but still, it's just so much money for a truck.
That's true. And of course, I'm talking about, we can get into the weeds if we talk about discounts. Yes, every new truck, the market is so competitive that they have to do discounts, right? They have to discount their trucks. So let's not get too much into the weeds, although you can get up to $10,000 or $15,000 off of your new truck.
It still seems a lot of money is going into trucks. I mean, look, guys, think about it. Trucks used to be the most simple thing on the planet, right? And that's what people need. Simplicity, ease of use, not $100,000. Or, okay, so you get a discount, maybe $80,000. It's still a lot of money.
Yeah. So are you saying that there's too much technology? I mean, too much schmutz hanging off of it?
That was my next point, because I think there's way too much of it. Now, I don't just mean in terms of what the truck can do, but in terms of what the consumer gets. Let me lay this out for you. Massaging seats, heated steering wheel, super large screens, 12-inch screens in some cases, HVAC systems that are more complex than was used on the space shuttle, seating surfaces in general that are much higher tech and much more expensive to build, components throughout the vehicle that are much more expensive. I'm not talking about things like, locking rear diffs and stuff like that. That's stuff that you need when you're off-road or doing something, right? I'm not talking about a towing package, but there are an awful lot of extra cameras that they're now starting to use. There's an awful lot of extra tech that's being thrown on top of it. And if you look at what you need for a base truck, right? And then you look at what they give you, as awesome as that is, that's a lot of extra money. And in many cases, that's part of a package that you have to get in order to get a certain type of truck.
Yes, but that's awesome. You just listed a lot of awesome features. And here's my counterpoint. First of all, some of it is mandated, right? Safety features, lots of airbags, really tough, cabs, because trucks are heavy, right? So you're talking about a vehicle anywhere from 5,000 pounds for like a mid-size or a half-ton, all the way to like 7,000 or 8,000 pounds for like a heavy-duty truck. Crash testing is there. You have to meet higher regulations. So that's already built into the truck. So you're already having that technology built in. Then you want don't you want the 12-inch screen?
Well, before you go there, don't you have to do that same type of testing for a Nissan Versa?
Yes, but it weighs like 2 pounds.
Well, the point is that you still have to do the same tests in order to have that car certified, right?
Yes.
So I don't really see that as an extra cost. I think your extra cost is accrued by all the extra schmutz you get on top of the truck. And I know it's awesome. I'm just trying to find a way of bringing that down. And I see automakers not doing that. They're doing exactly the opposite. Bird's eye view cameras.
Yes.
Wheel cameras.
Yes.
Cameras that are on the grill looking forward.
GMC Sierra.
They're all awesome things, but they're expensive. Extra switchgear that's made out of special types of chromoly things that were used on,
unobtainium.
Exactly.
Yes.
Things that can't be purchased, basically. Different types of lighting systems that are extremely expensive, and stereo systems that are absolutely insane now instead of good old-fashioned AM. So the point is that that's a lot of extra tech, and it seems like you can't get around too much of that anymore.
Yeah, but once again, so it's convenience, right? So you want a convenient truck, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to crash test a Nissan Versa. A lot of those development costs are built in, but do you tow 5,000 pounds with your Versa?
If you tried to, it'd be awesome, but no.
No. But then cameras, dude, you bring up a great point. Do you need 15 camera views on your truck? Well, probably not, but But a truck is about independence, and I love that about, I'm a high-tech guy.
Yeah.
I love that, if you want to hook up your trailer by yourself, boom, it will help you. If you want to look in your trailer to see if your cargo is secured still, boom, there's a camera for that. If you want to check your tire pressures, boom, you look at the screen. If you want to look forward to see where your tires are, boom, it's all available and it's all there, and I think people want it and need it actually to do their jobs.
That's the thing. I think that the automakers are making people feel like they do need that stuff when they really don't. Another issue is that there's just too many configurations. I think at a certain point in time, it's difficult for a consumer to actually create a truck based on so many options. It's almost like there's too much out there. Why not simplify it and say, here's all your base trucks, here's your mid-level trucks, here's your high-end trucks, keep it simple and keep it cheap.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. GM is trying to do this. They're trying to separate into buckets, right? Work truck, mid-level truck, luxury truck, and they're trying to do all those things. But you have to have choice, and I'm really happy there is so much choice. And that's why we are here, is because we're trying to help the consumers through this choice. But like a fisherman has different requirements, different needs from a plumber, right? A guy who's going to the lake versus a working guy and vice versa. Everybody wants something different, something unique. And if you offer choice, and there's like 10 million different configurations sometimes, right?
Right.
With all the options, colors, four-wheel drive, cab configurations, beds. I think it's just goodness because you and I can build our own truck and have a unique truck just for ourselves.
Yeah, I still think that there could be a one-size-fits-all in many different categories. But regardless of that, what about MPG regulations? Now, considering how much technology and money is poured into that, it's almost as if they are making it too complex. Can't they dumb it down and make it a simple, basic truck with a basic engine with basic MPG requirements and just keep it cheap?
I concede. Yes, the MPG regulations are there, right? Once again, the regulations are getting harder and harder to meet. The trucks need to be more and more efficient, and companies are pouring a lot of money into like turbocharging, smaller displacements, maybe even hybrids, right? But it's awesome. Isn't it awesome? Because you could save at the pump, right? Your truck is more efficient. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive to buy, but you can save money over the long term. You can, save money at the pump, and then you can get more power maybe with your turbocharger or whatever else it may be. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's expensive too. The final point is, I think a lot of people out there say that they want a base truck. And this kind of goes to your last point, how there's so many configurations.
Yeah.
But the reality is a lot of people aren't buying those base trucks. They're not buying roll-down windows that are manual. They're not buying a base model that has vinyl on the floor. They want nice seats. They want heated leather, or they want a nice stereo system. Suddenly, they're no longer in that realm. And I think that's because automakers are really pushing the higher level models onto the consumer.
Yeah, I have to agree, because whenever you see a marketing advertisement, right, a billboard, you're not going to see a work truck there, with white paint and black plastic.
Yeah, no bare models there, no way.
Right, so I think you're right there, but I think it has to do with a truck being a do-everything vehicle, right? So let's take that $100,000 truck, right? So it's probably an F450 dually, right, with a diesel engine.
Right.
And it's a limited truck, so it's got leather and it's got all these features. It's got a giant sunroof, right? So when you take all this stuff, you could take your spouse to a nice dinner, and it's luxurious enough to do that, right? It rides okay. Yes, it's a little harsh. But you could also tow 32,000 pounds or 32 million pounds with it. So I think you're getting good value still. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I also think that you can still do an awful lot of that with a much cheaper truck. In the end, I mean, these are all defensible points, but at the same time, there's an awful lot of consumers out there who want a brand new truck for $30,000. One that will give them the basics of what they need, and they can drive every day, and they can tow, and they can haul, and they can do all the basics. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah,
well, what do you guys think? I mean, this topic comes up a lot, in the work that we do. People are saying, trucks are getting way too expensive. But also, they wouldn't be so expensive if they weren't so popular.
That's the other
right?
thing. There's so many of them. I mean, look, Ford sold, almost 1 million F-Series last year?
Yes.
If you think about all the truck sales combined. We're talking millions and millions of trucks just here in the United States. So yeah, that's part of the problem, I think, is that they're so popular, you guys are buying them. I just wish that the automakers would actually make them a little bit less expensive.
Yeah, and there's numbers out there. I mean, Ford doesn't report like their Raptor sales necessarily, but there you can extrapolate from some of the data that they may sell about 45 to 50,000 Raptors a year.
That's crazy.
And those are high dollar trucks. So, I mean, if the market wants it, I mean, I guess we're going to get it.
That's right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for joining us for the Fast Lane Truck. This is Nathan.
And this is Andre.
We'll see you next time.